Good morning, everyone. Welcome to new council duly assembled for this organizational meeting. Welcome to administrative staff in the room and welcome to those watching on our Zoom platform and who might later watch on our YouTube channel. Welcome all. I will call this organizational meeting of the municipality of Jasper to order for November 3rd, 2025. It is 9:30 a.m. In light of two factors, first of which is that this is the first formal meeting of newly elected council. It is appropriate to begin with a land acknowledgement. It is also appropriate as an opportunity to thank again the invitation that incoming council had at our swearing in ceremony to partake in a smudge ceremony conducted by Elder Barry Wesley, and also to receive from him as gifts to each of us an eagle feather. A unique experience in this community, at least, and maybe elsewhere as well. So I will begin by acknowledging that the municipality of Jasper is located on Treaty 6 and 8 territories, as well as the Jasper House Métis District. This land is the traditional territory, meeting ground, gathering place, traveling route, and home for the Denza, Assiniboine Winniwak, Assiniboine Niha, Nihayawak, Anishinaabe, Secwepement, Ehitka Wichitabi, Mountain Métis, and Métis. The municipality of Jasper acknowledges the land to honor the relationship Indigenous peoples have with this land, to remind us of our responsibility and obligations to this place and to Indigenous peoples, and to affirm our accountability to address the ongoing impacts of colonization that continue to affect Indigenous peoples. With that, I will move to agenda item 2, approval of the agenda for today's meeting. Councillors, you have today's proposed agenda. Are there any additions, deletions, or other changes to be made to the agenda? If not, I would look for a motion that council approve the agenda for the organizational meeting of Monday, November 3rd, 2025 as presented. Councillor Waxer, thank you. All those in favor? There are none opposed. That is carried. Our agenda is in fact set pretty much by provincial legislation, and the first thing we have to do is determine a meeting schedule. We are required by legislation to set the time, date, and place for regular and committee of the whole meetings of council. There is a proposed calendar, which is an attachment in the agenda. Councillors have any points of discussion with respect to the proposed meeting schedule, or is anyone in a position to make a motion? And of course, once a motion is made, it is open to debate. Councillor Paul.
Thank you very much, Mayor Ireland. I want to take this opportunity to say how genuinely excited I am to work with this crew. It's a lot of experience and passion here at this table. I also want to float one small thought, not for today's decision, but maybe something we can keep in mind as we move through the term. Council has met on Tuesdays in the daytime for a long time. That consistency has worked well. And I also wonder if at some point we could have a conversation about the occasional evening meeting, which might make it a bit easier for people who work regular hours or balance in family life to put their names forward to run. I'm very lucky to have a very flexible job that allows me to have the days off that I need. And I think if we want to keep encouraging a really broad range of community voices at the table, it may be a good conversation to keep open. I'm absolutely fine with the schedule as it is moving forward, but I just wanted to put that point out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hall. Any other comments? Just for clarity, I might just add then that this is a matter on council's agenda. It is council that gets to determine when and where our meetings will be held. So certainly if people are reluctant to run because they think meetings have to be daytime meetings, if elected, they can change that. So one of the things that we are entitled to do under legislation is set our own meeting schedule. So there is again a proposed meeting schedule before us. I would look for a motion. Councillor Hall is prepared to make a motion that council approve the 2025-2026 council meeting calendar as presented. And for clarity, that indicates regular council meetings commencing at 1:30 in the afternoon on the first and third Tuesdays of each month, subject to some variance for rates. And committee of the whole meetings commencing at 9:30 on the second and fourth Tuesdays of each month. All meetings to be held in this room, the forum room in the Jasper Library and Cultural Center. So that is the motion. Is there any debate? Call the question. All those in favor? There are none opposed. That is carried. Council is also required to determine a rotation for deputy mayor and the length of office for deputy mayor. Past practice has been each councillor serves a 2-month term during each year of the election term. So there will be 4 opportunities to be deputy mayor for each councillor for a 2-month. Again, any discussion about that? Is there a council prepared to make a motion to that effect? Councillor Waxer? Oh, I'm sorry. So your motion is the council approve the deputy mayor and alternate deputy mayor schedule rotating on 2-month terms commencing November 1st, 2025. We will have to, let's call that motion and then set the rotation. If there is no debate, I'll call the question. All those in favor? There are none opposed. That is carried. So let us determine, by consensus, I hope, what that rotation might be. It might be appropriate to start this term with one of the returning councillors as deputy mayor, just so that others can get their feet under them, but that's not a requirement. So if there's anybody that perhaps has a reason why they could not be deputy mayor at some time because they're going to be away or otherwise engaged, it would be a good time to bring that up now and we can sort out the schedule. Councillor Melville?
Thank you, Your Worship. I would like to note that the 2 periods between March 1st and April 30th, from May 1st and June 30th, I have personal commitments, and it would be probably better to have another individual to be deputy mayor during those 2 terms or those 2 periods. However, I'm happy to fill in any of the other 4 based on other councillors' commitments and travel needs.
Thank you. Councillor Roger and then Councillor Waxer.
The first 2 are not good for me. I prefer the last 4. Oh, sorry. The first 2 are not good for me. The last 4.
Thank you for that. Councillor Waxer.
If possible, I would prefer to do January, February of this year, of 2026.
Well, that's definite to one extent. Councillor.
March 1st to April 30th doesn't work for myself as well.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Worship, I'm happy to fill in for the position of March 1st to April 30th and May 1st, June 30th. Works for me.
Councillor Melville.
Thank you, Your Worship. Hearing other councillors, and we do need to have a deputy mayor on November 1st. I'm happy and able to fulfill that duty November 1st to December 31st.
Thank you very much, and I would suggest then for this first term, although it is a new council, Councillor Hall was deputy mayor until October 31st, so she could take the alternate deputy mayor role. And then Councillor Melnick will become alternate deputy mayor. Well, Councillor Waxer is deputy mayor. And then we have Councillor Bichette, Councillor Waxer. So now we're looking at me, Councillor Hall.
Thank you, Mayor Ireland. I would take September 1st to October 31st, just based on the rotation of the alternate deputy. That makes sense.
And it looks like we're then down to two other new councillors. So between the two of you is May or July.
It's a good idea if that works. It sounds like I can do the May 1st to June 30th.
And that leaves Councillor Roger.
Well, it's golf season, so I'll be here for sure.
All right, just so for clarity for administrative staff, the rotation in order beginning November 1st would be Councillor Melnick, followed by Councillor Waxer, followed by Councillor Bichette, then Councillor Consrud, then Councillor Roger, and lastly, Councillor Hall. And then for the alternate deputy mayor, would be the same list, but Hall would be first, and Councillor Roger would be deputy mayor for September 1st to October 31st of 2026. Might I have a motion just to confirm that rotation? Councillor Hall, all those in favor? We're none opposed, that is carried. That takes us to agenda item 5, committee structure. It is a matter of our procedural bylaw that directs that the mayor is to appoint members to various boards and committees. I had sought input from each of you, which I received. I thank you all for that. I have put forward a proposal to each of you. It's not on the agenda, but you've each had it, an opportunity to look. I did overlook one assignment to an advisory board during the last term. The Uplift Jasper Mural Festival requested that council appoint a member to the advisory board. We did that, although we just assigned it as in conjunction with Communities in Bloom, which we decided was not necessarily appropriate and should be standalone. So that is missing, but subject to any changes that you might want to make with respect to the other proposal. 5 councillors have 5 appointments each. 2 councillors have 4 appointments each. So I would suggest that one of those that has 4 get 1 more, and that takes it down to Councillor Waxer and Councillor Consrud. And I see Councillor Waxer with her hand up already. But do you?
I'm good with whatever.
If that is the case, then I will propose that Councillor Waxer get an additional appointment, and that is to the Uplift Jasper Mural Festival Advisory Board. And that will mean that 6 councillors have 5 appointments each, and 1 councillor has 4. And that's just the way the distribution works. Are there any appointments that have been proposed that appear to any councillor to be unworkable for conflict or any other reason? Right, I would look for a motion then that council appoint councillors to boards and committees. I'm gonna say, subject to the proposal that I circulated yesterday, I think, with the addition of the appointment of Councillor Waxer to the Uplift Advisory Board. And that can be marked as a document for the minutes, so we know what we're speaking about. Councillor Waxer?
I'll get it, I'll actually say it this time, that council appoint councillors to boards and committees as circulated with the addition of Councillor Waxer to the Uplift Advisory Board.
Turn it on.
Thank you for that motion. All those in favor? There are none opposed. That is carried. And thirdly, I think then that administration will let external boards and committees know who has been appointed. And the boards and committees will let you know when meetings are to be held. That takes us to agenda item 6, strategic priorities. Previous council adopted strategic priorities for the period 2022 to 2026 to give incoming council at least a basis to start from. But it will be one of the jobs of incoming council to set their own strategic priorities moving forward. But those are the ones that are presented to get this council underway. Are there any comments from councillors regarding those strategic priorities? And if not, I would look for a motion to confirm the strategic priorities as presented. Councillor Nolan? Motion is to confirm the
sorry.
priorities for 2022-2026 as presented.
Yes,
Thank you for that motion. In the absence of debate, I will call the question. All those in favor? There are none opposed. That is carried. Appears to conclude all the business that we had. First meeting is pretty gentle. I would look for a motion to adjourn. Councillor Roger, who would have guessed? All in favor? We are adjourned. That was unanimous. Thank you all.